Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's really more the afternoon. I think it's like 4 o'clock. It's closer to the evening. Wanted to get you guys caught up on a couple things here. I've been working on the RV a little bit, trying to get things situated because in another 2 or 3 weeks we're going to be hitting the road again. Thank God. I'm ready to move on with my life. But I ordered another dually rim simulator because this, I just hate how this looks. It looks so ghetto and bad. So went ahead and ordered another one of those. You can get the whole set, all four, for like 300 bucks. But I just ordered the one, and I think it was like $107 with free shipping, which I think is pretty decent. So I tried to snag one in Arizona. I found it in a RV dealership, but it wasn't for a Ford and there was no returns. It fit for a little while, but then it started like clanking because it was kind of loose. So I ended up just taking it off. It's back at the property. I'll see if I can, I don't know, sell it or something. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up with the RV. The roof, I gave up. The roof is just a mess. This tree, so when we first moved to this site, all these trees were bare. It looked like wintertime, right? Now they're all full blown. And they're dropping a million of these pollen things, which are slowly killing me because I inhale them as I breathe. And then I start choking and coughing on them. But you can just see they're everywhere. They're all over the place. They're all over the RV, everything. And now they're on the roof. Tons of pollen, green algae, mold, all that stuff. I went up there like 3 times, washed the roof. I'm done doing it. You know, I was doing it because I was trying to keep up with our electric bills and not have to pay and just run everything off solar, but it's not worth the struggle. We're going up and down all the time. So we're plugged in right now. It's starting to get hotter out. It's been in like the mid 70s, low 80s here in Jersey. So it's just safer kind of for the dogs and everything to be plugged in when we're away. I have the AC. And if the power ever goes out, it'll automatically kick over to our battery bank and solar and everything too, which is nice. So if we ever lose power, it's just kind of like a secondary backup. So the other day I was in Home Depot and we were walking around looking for some stuff, and I found this stuff. This is mold armor. It's really for houses and vinyl and stuff like that, but it says it kills mold and mildew down to the roots and cleans siding. Now the siding doesn't look too bad, but I might hit the roof with it because that algae and mold just like really stain the roof pretty good. So I want to clean it up and make it look nice again. Clean up those panels so that way we get maximum efficiency. But yeah, I think this is like 20 bucks, and then I have a an adapter that hooks up to the hose and it'll spray it on there and everything nice and easy. It'll mix it with water and with this stuff. So this we should easily be able to do the whole RV and be good to go. Also, I'm still battling with my lawn here. I went out today. I have this electric weed eater. This is by Bauer. Did my lawn. You can see the difference between my lawn and my neighbor's lawn. How tall and overgrown it's starting to get. If you look back there, you can see it too. But I mean, it was just overtaking everything. It was really growing under the RV really high. It was growing. It was starting to grow like up the ladder a little bit. I cleared all this. $1,000 a month. They just don't want to. They just want to collect the money. They don't want to pay out. They don't want to pay anybody to do the lawn. They don't want to, you know, pay anybody to keep this stuff nice. I don't know. It's all about the money. They don't care. It kind of annoys me too, because then at night when it cools off, the mosquitoes come out, and when you have really tall grass, that's where they hide during the day. So I try to keep the grass nice and low. That way we don't get inundated with mosquitoes. But I have it on my Ring camera, which I got one sitting right here right now. I want to get a mount and put it up here somewhere, but for right now it just kind of sits here. But you know, it keeps an eye on everything out here, and I have one inside so I can keep an eye on the dogs when I'm out. But I have footage of the guy coming by on a lawnmower, like a little ride on, and just real quick, just this one little area right here, doesn't go over there, and he didn't move the picnic table. Originally my picnic table was right over here. I slid my picnic table down and weed whacked all over there. I don't know. You know, I like my site to try to stay neat. Right now I have everything out because I'm trying to organize it in the RV, like in the compartments, but once I'm done with that, all my stuff goes away, my site stays nice and neat, but it just looks horrible with the grass. Alright guys, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, we got stuff to fix. So the last couple months, really like 6 to 8 months, I've been having a little issue with the blower motor. It kind of like seizes up a little bit, not totally, but it'll be very hard to start, almost like pretty much what you have to do on like an old school airplane, where you have to flip the propeller by hand to get it, the motor started. That's pretty much what I had to do. Occasionally it would start by itself. I'd go up there, I would lube it. I lubed it with WD-40. I lubed it with like a 3-in-1 motor oil, and it would work for a little while, but I think the bearing system or whatever's in there is just really finally so bound up that it's very difficult to start. Once it's going, it's fine, everything works good, but to get it to go, I have to hop up there, pop the cover off, try to lube it up as best I can. I have to keep flipping the fan motor. It's kind of dangerous. You could lose a finger. And I just got over it. Plus now we're getting into the hot season, and we're gonna be on the road a lot more, so compared to just sitting in an RV park. So I wanted to get that fixed up. So I went out on Amazon. I did some Amazon shopping, and I picked up this motor. This is an RV air conditioner motor, and this one fits our Coleman Mach air conditioner, and it comes with a new capacitor as well, which is nice. So I'm gonna hop up there, take the cover off, and see if we can hook this up and have no more issues. All right, guys. Up here on the roof, look at this roof. It's so freaking bad. It's this damn tree. It keeps dropping those pollens. So I washed this roof like 3 times already since I've been here, because I just can't stand it. Look at my solar panels. Look at this corner. It's horrible. Today I'm just gonna blow it off. Maybe later I'll wash it if it bothers me. I know I'm definitely gonna wash it before I leave here, like an hour before we leave. That way it's nice and clean for the road. Alright, so this is the stuff I got. So I got my blower to clear the roof off. You don't really need that for this job though. I got the flathead screwdriver, wire crimpers, drill, and wire caps. That way when we mend these wires together, we'll be good to go. I also brought up a cheap Harbor Freight razor for when we need to cut wires. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you're doing anything electrical is kill the power to your RV. I'm gonna go over here, and we're gonna kill the 30 amp. Now, if you have a fancy solar system like I do that powers my entire RV, you gotta make sure you kill your solar system too. So in here, I have all my breakers. That second one in kills power to the house. Alright, now that we killed power to the whole house, including the air conditioner, we'll take the shroud off. That way we can get access to the blower motor. If you have a Coleman Mach air conditioner like we do, I find the easiest way to get the AC shroud off is take the screws off, and then use a flathead, and you loosen up the tabs on the side with a flathead screwdriver, or flathead, and that just helps it loosen. Alright, so after you pull your AC shroud off, you're gonna get access to everything. So this is the blower motor. This is our issue. Now you can see if I spin it, it's just totally locked up. This should free spin, but it's just totally bound up, so it doesn't. Over here we have our compressor. This is the soft start that we installed. These are the wires we're gonna clip. These like 5 wires right here. They're gonna get cut, and then we'll splice them together. All right, so it looks like in order to start getting this off, we need to remove the fan, otherwise the whole assembly kind of gets stuck. So in order to take the fan off, you have to get a Allen wrench. So I have a whole set of Allen keys here. We're going to pop this off. This should just slide off the shaft here, and then we should be able to unbolt everything from the base and from here. Alright, so I'm sitting here waiting a minute or two because I can't get this damn fan blade off. I took this part, was sitting on this, to squeeze it tight, but it's really on there. So took a little bit of WD-40 and I sprayed it all around. It's supposed to act as a penetrating oil, so I'm hoping it'll help loosen it up a little bit. I thought maybe if I had something thin to try to loosen it up in there, but I don't think I have anything thin enough. I would need like a needle or something. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. This thing is on there, guys. I sprayed the WD-40. It's, what the hell? It is not loosening up. And now I broke the fan blade, so now I gotta buy another one. And I don't even know if they'll have one locally. There's an RV store near me, and then there's one about 45 minutes from me, but I don't know if they carry fan blades. I'll have to see. That really sucks. Now I feel like just breaking off all the impellers and just pulling the motor out. Alright guys, in the car, on the way to Camping World. I called Camping World. I gave them my model number for the AC, and they have one in stock for a fan blade. So he did put hands on it. I wanted to make sure he actually had it, because sometimes, especially when there's only one, the inventory can be kind of weird, and they end up not having it, and you just took the ride for no reason. So he did put hands on it. He put it on hold for me with my name, and we're gonna head there. It's about a 52-minute ride, so I'm gonna stop off over here, get some breakfast, and then grab this fan blade and go back and try to finish this install. Hopefully it's nice and easy. We get it done, because today's gonna be I think almost 80 degrees, so we're definitely gonna need that AC. Alright guys, coming here from the ladder. I got the blower motor fan, so it even came with a new clip, which is nice. I loosened this clip on the other one, but it would not come off. I don't know, and that's how I broke the fin. Honestly, look at the edges of this thing. It looks like a visually impaired person cut this thing. I don't know. The quality is not impressive, but it's gonna do what it needs to do, and that's all that matters when it's 80, 90, 100 degrees outside. So I also went ahead, I showed you guys that wrench that I had. It was like that 10-in-1 multi-tool. Those don't give you enough room to turn this knob very well. You just can't seem to fit it in there. So stopped at Tractor Supply, and this was like 15 bucks. You can get the same set at Harbor Freight for $4.99, but I was nowhere near one, and it just wasn't worth driving out of the way to get one. So just an FYI, but you're definitely gonna need one. The nice thing too is this has a limited lifetime warranty, and I am known to eventually strip these out. So once they do, I will return them. Alright, so before I start splicing wires off the motor, we got to take this panel off right here and discharge the electrical system. So I'm going to take this off. It's just 1, 2, 3 screws, and then we'll have access to the inside panel. And this just slides out. We'll throw it up there, and we got our rat's nest of wires. Alright guys, so I clipped the wires, pulled the motor out. We're left with these 5 wires. I'm gonna splice these so I can wire them together to the new motor. I'm also gonna go and get some 409 degreaser downstairs and spray it in here and clean this place up, since, you know, now that we have all this room to clean up, this thing looks pretty dirty. It looks like it hasn't been cleaned since it's been new, so may as well take advantage of it and clean it up. Alright guys, so this part was sitting on here like this, right, going all the way back, and then this ring was around here, so you gotta loosen that, pop the ring off, then this will slide right off the shaft. Behind that you're gonna find 4 screws. It's actually bolts, so you have to uncover the foam and take them off. And then once you take off those 4 bolts, that will let the motor go, because you need this back plate. You're going to mount the new motor to this back plate. Alright, new motor is mounted up. The nice thing too is it came with new little bolts, little hardware, so didn't have to use that old stuff. This looks really nice. We'll see how long it stays nice. You can see it came with a new bolt on the back too. I don't know if that's a spare, because I don't know what I need that bolt for. Because the only thing I got to bolt up from here is the fan blade. Good thing we're going to just tighten that up. I guess we'll keep that as a backup. Alright, here's a pro tip from somebody who's doing this for the first time ever. Don't tighten this. This is going to sit up to about here, but don't tighten it or anything. Slide it all the way down as far as it'll go down the shaft, because otherwise if you put it here, you're not going to be able to get this whole assembly mounted up and fit back in. So this whole thing just makes it a lot easier. Next I just had Sam clean this thing. It looks a lot better. I do notice we're missing one little fin. I noticed on a lot of YouTube videos that I watched of people installing this that they're missing at least one or more, so I don't know why that is, but this one is still plenty good. It blows good and hard, so I'm gonna mount this back up. Alright, I did a few things wrong, and I want to tell you guys, so in case you guys ever need to do this, you don't do them. So the first thing I did wrong was I put the fan blade the wrong way. This nut part has to be facing in towards the motor. Okay, make sure you do that. The second thing I did wrong, I figured out what this nut is for. It's for the bracket for the base, for the stabilizing brace. Now this has to be faced down like that, right, on the ground, so you can bolt it back down. Well, if you look at mine, I bolted it sideways. Here's the base, it has to be here. Now I gotta pull this whole thing out, take all these bolts out, turn it, put it back in, and then reinstall the base and attach my fan. Now if I had to reinstall this whole again by myself, it would be a lot quicker, but I guess you live and you learn. Alright guys, we are getting there. Cleaned this up as best as I could. Put the new, well, the old mounting bracket back on, bolted that down. The fan is sitting. I had to adjust it because it kept rubbing on the metal, but finally got it where it doesn't. Looks good. This one actually spins. You can see it doesn't lock up right away. So went ahead and I crimped these wires. Just gotta attach it to these. Alright guys, look what's running. AC is running great, super smooth. Now at first, so you can see I wire tapped all these wires together. And I think I'm gonna wrap some electrical tape around them as well, just to be sure they stay together and everything. And then I'm gonna zip tie them, make them nice and neat. The wires are just super, super long. I cut these. They give you like 3 feet of wire. Even now it's still pretty long. But I'm gonna zip tie it and kind of tuck it down there out of the way so it's not a problem. If we shimmy over here, after I wired everything up, I told Sam to go give it a test. And my heart, hold on, there's so much stuff on this roof. And my heart sunk into my ass a little. Because nothing, all I heard was a hum. There was no, you know, no fan, no compressor kicking on, nothing. So I was like, damn. Like, I'm gonna have to hire an RV tech, $150 just to come out here, plus $150 an hour to put like 2 wires together, right? And I'm like, let me check this. Our new motor came with a new, oh my god, I can't remember the name of this thing now. This thing, I'll put it up above, I don't gonna remember it. But it came with a new one. I didn't think, you know, ours worked, so I was like, I'm not gonna change it out. Well, I wired it up, did everything, nothing happened. I was like, alright, let me at least try this before I start calling RV techs. So this one is in rough shape, right? It's super rusted and corroded, but it was working fine with the other motor. I think this motor has slightly different specs, so I'm not sure if this one has slightly different specs, or at least the new one that I, you know, installed. So as soon as I installed the new, man, it's so annoying I can't remember what this is called, but as soon as I installed the new one, it worked. So I'm glad. I'm gonna button this all up, tighten this up, run some zip ties just so it's nice and neat, put the lid back on, and then probably wash this roof because it's getting me going. Alright guys, I'm gonna put an ending on this vlog because I've had a long day. We did a lot of things. The last thing I'm gonna do before I put an ending on it, do you guys remember when we went to Arizona? I think it was before we got there. I lost my wheel simulator and it just looks hideous. It just looks so really bad. So I went on eBay. Actually I went on Amazon first, and Amazon only sells this like a set of wheels, all 4. And they were really expensive. It was like $250, $300. I just didn't want to, I don't need all 4. So I jumped on eBay because I figured I could probably, maybe somebody was selling like a used one, and that's fine as long as it's in decent condition. But I ended up finding a brand new single dually, and it looks really nice, super shiny. And it's just a click-in again. The bolt-on ones were like way more money, and you had to buy those as a set. So We're gonna stick with the click-on for now. I think what I'm gonna do is for now on, maybe every ride or so, I'm gonna probably go around and hit them with a mallet, make sure they're on there tight still. But looks really good. I'm gonna pop this on, and then we're gonna go inside and hang out. It's supposed to rain tonight, so you know, there's that. But yeah, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.